Good morning, guys. I wanted to make a video on the TradingView integration that FXSI.com have now. And so obviously these were for MetaTrader 4 and 5, but also TradingView now, which is really quite amazing. And you know the benefits of TradingView because it's cross-platform. You can use it on any machine. It's lightweight and it's convenient because you can do live trades with TradingView. You've got the amazing indicators on TradingView, and now we've got FXSI.com order book and the stop loss clusters and all the other indicators as well on TradingView, which is really amazing. So if you are lifetime, then you come to the FXSI.com and then you're going to come to your profile and my products. And now what will happen eventually, this will be for everyone, and then you'll just do the same thing. I imagine this is how you're going to access it. You're just going to come to your profile, my products, and then there'll be a link here somewhere. That won't be there once it goes live, and you're going to click try out. And so you can see a heat map. So what you can obviously do all these things, you can zoom out and things like that. And the stop loss clusters are broken down into two ways of identifying what they are and how powerful they are. So you can see that there's two colors. They've got like the blue and the red. The red is stronger. So you think about like a magnet, and the price is going to come up to the magnet. It's going to take. It's basically the FX market is governed by fear and greed, and it's a liquidity probe. So it's going to continue higher and higher until it takes stops. It's going to continue lower and lower until it takes enough stops. And then once it's sought the liquidity and it's absorbed it, we'll go up higher. So we can see, we've got two ways of identifying the stop loss clusters. The color, so the stronger is the orange-red color. And you can see that the weak colors are the blue. And, we'd come up to take that liquidity here, see the reaction. And it looks like we may be coming down to this one. We've got some weak liquidity here. We may want to absorb that. But really what the next goal, I think, is this one here. Okay. And so we can talk about the order book as well, because we've identified the stop loss clusters and the color and what they signify. Red is being like a magnet, a stronger magnet, basically. On the left-hand side, we can see stops and entries by orders. And now what normally happens is that when the retail traders enter the market, they don't really place orders so much. They'll just enter a market. And so what we see on the left-hand side is going to be where they're going to exit. It does tell us where some of them are going to enter, but mostly on the majority is where they're going to exit. If you find from your own experience, when you enter, do you place orders or do you enter at market? It's very common for retail traders just to go, right, I'm going to enter now, click that buy or sell button, and then they're in. And it's not necessarily the best way to trade, because if you set orders, then you've allowed price to come to you, okay? And so if you've got an order to short up here, that would have been better, because, you're thinking, well, maybe we should be falling. You could have probably entered here for a sell, and it would have gone against you, and then you'll just be slightly in profit, and then you'd be undergoing quite a bit of stress because you're looking to sell it up here, for example, and it's just gone sideways. If you place an order at the SLC, you get a much better entry, right? And so what should happen is that we have a big influx of sellers. We should see price go up higher, and we can see it on the right hand side. Okay, so keep an eye on that as we move higher. And that blue that you see on the right-hand side is pushing price higher because it's acting as a support, okay? The more sellers, the more aggressive the move is going to be to the upside. And it's really cruel, okay? And likewise, when we have a big move to the downside, we should see buyers step in, and then the buyers get crushed. So the sellers get crushed, the buyers get crushed. And then it's basically a liquidity probe, both sides. So don't forget, this is where your exit's going to be, or your entry, because you're going to enter where they're going to have to exit. It's a really powerful tool that you can do. And this is the current positions. We have to respect the support and resistance. The idea behind it, if we get 1 million retail traders really aggressively selling, there has to be someone to take the other side of that trade, and the big fish are going to come in and they're going to go, well, we kind of wanted the euro up a little bit higher anyway, and if the herd are going to short it, then we'll buy it and we'll take their liquidity. And so we just had a refresh there. So we aren't quite ready to go live at the moment because we are still squishing bugs, but you can see how powerful it is. So that's the order book and the SLCs, and of course we can add all the we can add the indicators, TradingView as well, which is really amazing. And you can obviously change some of these settings, and we can delete the pane. And what should happen is that if they sell it, we should see price go up higher, right? And you can of course just tweak all these settings as well, which is pretty cool. If you hover, there you go. So you can basically go to the settings, and then we probably don't want maybe these guys, I don't know, just for example, and we just want to look at my FX book and the average line, for example. And so what should happen, the MyFX book, they kind of lead the herd, which is really weird. So if we have them move strongly, what should happen is that the rest, the other data providers, they kind of follow MyFX book, which is really strange. So, they're going to short it, and so we should see the average line follow MyFX book. It's quite strange. And so we're having some heavy move here. By looking at the ratios, it looks like it could be a little bit fake because they're shorting and prices coming down. So this could be a trap that's being formed, and it could just be coming down to take out some liquidity out of the market as well. We've got some weak liquidity here, and it may just want to absorb that for a bounce. And obviously, one other thing is that we can't just look at the market in a sentimental view. We can't just look at it in a technical view. We can't just look at it in a fundamental view. You've got to try and combine the three. What are the things that are pushing price right now? We've got a load of macro stuff going on, and we are still quite risk off. And by the time you watch this video, in months' time, we may not be risk off. We could be like really risk on. Okay. And so what we'll do, we just take off the order book for a second, and it might be that the ratios could be causing a little bit of graphical issue, but it's okay. So we'll just move that, for example, and so we can look at crypto, which is amazing. Let's have a look at Bitcoin, and it looks like we might want to come up here. There's a big old stop loss cluster at 86,600. So that could be where the target's going to be. And it's really interesting, isn't it? So that could be a target for your long. It could be a target to sell at that place, but be careful because we may break it and we may continue higher. It looks like there's going to be acting as a magnet at that level. So very interesting. It's also interesting how the SLCs, they differ from the Euro USD. They do like a wave. They're moving in waves, which is quite strange. So 86.6, and we can also look at indices as well. We've only got the US 30 and the NASDAQ. I think things will be added to it, and just a case of being patient. And so we may be coming back up here to 42,300. And we have been very heavy to the downside. We can definitely say that we were trending lower, and pending that we bottom out, we could come up to here to take those stops out of the market. And it looks like there aren't that many stops below, but there are quite a lot above, so it may want to come up and grab these. See, there's not that much below, so we've pretty much gone down to hound those traders. There's not much liquidity down there now, so the less resistance could be to the upside to take these stops. And quickly look at NASDAQ, and then that'll be it. And oh, it's a ton, actually a ton above, nothing below. So that could be bullish. We're going to come up and take all these stops out of the market. Just a bit crazy. And don't forget, you can have a look at the indicators as well, not just the ratios, but you can look at the trading activity, the open interest, and the profit ratio. The open interest is interesting because we're looking at it now in the QuasiDB service, and it's a prerequisite to the sentiment shifting. So if we have a big reduction of open interest, that should impact the sentiment. So if we have a big reduction, it basically means that stops were taken out of the market. So we should see a change in bias. Okay, and we had one on the Euro USD as well. So we come back to we had a big chunk of open interest reduction on that move, and so that is, like I say, it's a prerequisite for the sentiment shifting, and you have to try and combine the sentiment with the technicals and the fundamentals. And I think we're probably going to gravitate higher, but we'll have to wait and see. But if you can get the three to agree, then you're onto a winner. And it's definitely not easy, but if you can get the sentiment to work with you for targets, it really helps, especially if you use the order book as well. It's really amazing, and it's quite punishing to see when you see the sellers come in, you see the price go against them, and likewise, all that. See that blue on the right hand side? It's really pushing it higher. See, they're holding stubborn. See down here, they're holding short, right? And by doing so, see how it overwhelms. There's more sellers than buyers. See that bit there? They hold on, they're going to get punished. And then obviously with the reduction of the open interest, we saw that these guys got squished, so we could be seeing a reversal. Open interest positions, and so you can have a look at that as well, which is really cool. It's a big reduction of open interest as well. So just a quick overview of the TradingView integration. Very amazing. Don't forget we've got a promo code, which is the QuasiDB, but it has to be in caps. Okay, so when you go to the sign up, there's your promo code for a discount. Okay, so just QuasiDB, but in caps, and that'll give you a small discount, but it helps. And so this is the TradingView integration of fxaside.com. Indicators is absolutely amazing, especially in conjunction of the order book and the SLCs and the indicators as well. And you can also add your bespoke indicators on here, like supply demand, support resistance. You can add some oscillators. You can add some proof, some POC, some volume analysis, and you can do all sorts of things. So it's really, really cool, very powerful, and with any luck, we should be live in a few weeks, but it's hard to say. So something to look forward to, and any questions, let me know, and I wish you a good day.